Number 28. Figure DEFGH is similar to figure MNOPQ. Which proportion must be true? Now, if you notice here, we have similar figures, however, they are not positioned the same. Luckily for us, they gave us the names of these figures, and we can use the order that they give us the letters in to see what corresponding sides we have. Now, to solve this question here, we need to set up a proportionality ratio. So first, I'm going to start off. I see my first two letters are DE in my smaller figure, so that's right here. So I have DE, and I want to pair it with its corresponding side. Its corresponding side would be the first two letters in our second figure, which would be MN. So that's right here. So I have DE over MN, and this equals, we have EF are the next two letters. So that's here. We have EF over, and then we have NO. So NO is its corresponding side. Okay, then the third and fourth letter here, we have F and G. And F and G's corresponding letters would be O and P. If I were to keep going here, my last two letters here are G and H. And my last two letters in my larger polygon are P and Q. Okay, and then lastly, I have my first letter and my last letter here. So I have D and H. And then my last two letters here are going to be M and Q. So now, looking at my question, it says which proportion must be true. So looking here, I should have O, P, and D and E diagonal to each other. Here I have DE and OP diagonal to each other, so that's true. Whenever those two are diagonal to each other, I should have HD and MN diagonal to each other, but that's not what I have here. Here I have MN and FG, so this here is wrong because this should be FG. Okay, then we have MN should be diagonal to PQ. So here I have MN. It is not diagonal to PQ. They're across from each other, so that is also wrong. Looking at C, I have NO diagonal to DH. That GH, that's true. Whenever those are diagonal to each other, I should have EF and PQ diagonal to each other. So here I'm looking at these. And when NO and GH are diagonal to each other, NO and GH are also diagonal to each other. Sorry, when EF and PQ are diagonal to each other, NO and GH are also diagonal to each other. So that one seems like it might be true. And then looking at D, I have OP and FG diagonal to each other. That is not true. They are on top of each other, so that is wrong. Therefore, the proportion that is true for these two figures here is going to be C. NO over EF equals PQ over GH.